All right, guys, and what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993, back up here again, once again, for another live review. This week's episode of 205 Live, the April 2nd, 2019 edition of 205 Live, that, like SmackDown, of course, took place in Baltimore, Maryland, just right up the Beltway from where, we had Raw last night in DC. So we had the go home show, of course, 205 Live, WrestleMania. Of course, the only match for WrestleMania from the Cruiserweight division is the Cruiserweight Championship match. Of course, 205 Lives, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado are all in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as well, since they're also on Raw. So kind of have some stuff there, but just kind of a go home show to hype up that one match that's going to be on the pre-show again. Unfortunately, still wish the Cruiserweights would get an opportunity to have a match on the main card, especially, of course, since Buddy Murphy, well deserved. Tony Nese, of course, the two would always come, but Buddy Murphy, especially in what he's done for this cruise, being part of this growing Cruiserweight division, definitely much more interesting again than they were about a year and a half ago. But we're gonna talk about the show, and overall, that was a pretty good show. Everything I thought was pretty solid. It wasn't rock solid, perfect, but I thought it was a pretty strong show, mainly because of what happened in the main event. And I'm really wondering what's going to happen now, as I'm really feeling it for Mike and Maria Kanellis, and just really wondering what their situation is for sure. That's pretty like the little downside. But other than that, I thought this was a pretty good episode of 205 Live, and a little bit of, I'm probably going to instead of course a feud also down the line with Oni Lorcan and Cedric Alexander, also based off what we got last week. Once again, one of my newest imitations is with Oni Lorcan screaming out, "You took away my dream! You took away my dream!" Just that hilarious note there. But yeah, so let's get right into the show and talk about it. The show opened up as always with Drake Maverick hyping up, what's going to be happening on tonight's show with the two matches, with Kalisto taking on the newest signing at 205 Live, Oni Lorcan. "You took away my dream!" And our main event, it will be Akira Tozawa taking on Mike Kanellis. And a rematch recently when, obviously, Mike Kanellis had help from Maria Kanellis to get a victory for the first time he's got a victory in, quite some time. And, of course, an interesting note is that Drake Maverick has definitely been saying, stuff like just coming up, looking strong in defeat, though, isn't going to cut it much anymore. So obviously, the Kanellis' line is on the job also. So you want a rematch, and everything is going to be even odds out there because, since Maria Kanellis is going to be in Mike Kanellis' corner, Akira Tozawa has his good friend and now mentor, the Brian Kendrick, by his side in his corner as well. But it's like, okay, you really think, Maria Kanellis and the Brian Kendrick were going to brawl and whatnot. But the show opened up, of course, with the first match, which was Oni Lorcan taking on Kalisto. They cut a promo welcoming us to the show and informing us that it is, in fact, Lucha time, which I guess is a little thing, not which it's simple to the point. It's nothing really too ridiculous. It doesn't make Kalisto look a big fool on the microphone. Because, again, let me tell you something. In 2017, at least, or at some point when he was on Raw and SmackDown, Kalisto was pretty god awful on the microphone, especially the whole bunch of the I'm going to do some I'm going to have some lucha things. Ah, damn it! And just runs away, basically. But so yeah, so we had this match with Kalisto, Oni Lorcan. Not a bad back and forth match for sure. Kalisto's high flying style really mixed in, I felt, with Oni Lorcan's. And I've always said this. I said when he was in NXT also that I feel that Oni Lorcan has a hard hitting style that I feel he can adapt to anybody. He's like Tyler Bate, but not as good as Tyler Bate, of course. I mean, I love Oni Lorcan, but Tyler Bate is just amazing for sure. Right now, I do think that Oni Lorcan, as I said, he just mixed well with anyone's style, and I think him and Kalisto had a good back and forth, hard-hitting match. Of course, one of my favorite spots was when Kalisto did the Selena del Sol on Oni Lorcan on the apron. It was a pretty sick-looking spot there, but again, there's a good back and forth action. But eventually, Oni Lorcan does get the victory with the half Nelson suplex. So his first singles match on 205 Live is officially being part of the roster, not just an NXT invitee into the championship tournament that he was given the opportunity. Of course, Cedric Alexander, you took away my dream. Had a match against him and Humberto Carrillo, but now of course he's a heel on 205 Live now. So again, we'll see where it goes. Speaking of which, backstage we then see Cedric roll up to Drake as he was watching the match in the office, and he asks him why didn't he get the match with Oni that he requested. Drake says that Cedric's recently have had a lot of hard-hitting matches, and he's lost the last two, which isn't like him. So he thinks he needs some time off to rest. Cedric says he doesn't need rest. He needs to fight Oni, and Maverick promises him the match, but says he needs him at 100%. Alexander accepts the explanation and shakes on it, saying he's going to hold him to it. But I don't know. The first time when Cedric, of course, lost, and he went on kind of that losing streak against Tony Nese, and he's taking pinfalls against a few others as well. I can see why, of course, they delayed his championship rematch. As of course they gave Murphy and Ali a match at Survivor Series, and then Alexander and Murphy had their rematch at TLC. But kind of going along with the same storyline here with Oni Lorcan, I feel doesn't quite fit. It's like, yeah, he got involved in a hard-hitting match with Arya Daivari. Yes, he got involved in a hard-hitting match with Tony Nese and lost. Yeah, that's 2 losses, but why is every time Cedric Alexander goes on a little bit of a losing streak, Drake Maverick has to act like, he's got to settle down and whatnot, and, just do this. It's like, I'm starting to feel like we're just really going in circles with Cedric here. Because, again, yes, I keep saying I feel like, a heel turn is needed for his character. Just give him some fresh, different direction. But to be real, it's like, why is this guy still on 205 Live? I mean, you're giving the Lucha House Party opportunities on Raw. And you're giving Ali opportunities now on SmackDown. I mean, I get probably the reason why they even did that is because, again, he was supposed to win the title off of Daniel Bryan WrestleMania, and because they wanted an Arabian to be champion going into their Saudi Arabia show, which I keep saying I'm not going to watch. But what more does Cedric have to do on 205 Live? Like, he should be having matches with the guys of AJ Styles, Cedric Alexander and Finn Balor, maybe Cedric Alexander and Ricochet for Crown Out, Cedric Alexander and Sami Zayn. Like, a lot of these people, Cedric Alexander should be in opportunities against. And I feel like he's just someone that's just still being limited to just the cruiserweight division. I mean, showing some life that some people can come out of the cruiser division and go to different brands, like, again, the Lucha House Party, Mustafa Ali, like even Leo Rush hasn't really been used on 205 much anymore. He's had a couple matches with Finn Balor on Raw. Well, he's still been involved in matches, but he's going to be Cruiserweight champion run as well. But again, I'm really starting to get a little aggravated that they're not giving Cedric any more opportunities. I mean, I thought maybe they moved him into Superstar Shakeup, but they're going to give him time off. So unless he, gets the match next week or something like that, now I'm feeling they're not going to move into Superstar Shakeup either. But again, he just deserves more opportunities, and I just feel like we're just really starting to go in circles with him and say, okay, what else can this guy possibly do in this division? He needs fresh competition. Put him on SmackDown. That's the place right place for him to go for sure. We got Tyler in a live chat. What's up, Tyler? He said, if WWE on Raw Universal Champion Roman Reigns for SmackDown WWE Champion AJ Styles in Survivor Series, perfect. I would have loved to have seen that match. Honestly, that could even be a WrestleMania match. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing with Roman and AJ. I mean, they had a couple good matches in 2016. Of course, that's when AJ was still kind of getting his feet wet in the business. Also, but this is a whole new AJ Styles. I'm sure him and Roman would have phenomenal matches. And I hate that WWE shortens names. Again, I don't get why either. Again, remember when Apollo Crews was briefly Apollo because they were afraid of his last name being similar to that one shooter recently that happened and whatnot. So they took away Cruz. It was just Apollo. Elias was Elias Sampson. Now he's just Elias. You can add Flair on to Charlotte's name. I liked her better when she was just Charlotte, but I don't get it either, Tyler. But thank you for joining me live for this brief review. This stuff was nice. I like this stuff going on with Tony Nese being interviewed, saying that there's no pressure on him because nobody expects him to win. But Buddy Murphy knows deep down if anyone can beat him, it's him. Last week, he knows Buddy was high because he knows basically say he knows that Buddy knows what he's made of. But then Buddy blindsides him, and they start brawling backstage, and they head out onto the stage, and referees pull them apart. But of course, they can't stop as Buddy Murphy, broke through, and he kind of both of them, of course, started striking security and whatnot, and then and then Nice rammed Murphy though into an LED board by hitting the running Nice to his face, which was a pretty nice shot there. So again, I think this was definitely a good route to go. So a fresh match for WrestleMania. There wasn't any other big names I felt could really get out there, but again, Tony Nese, as I've always been saying, I definitely have always seen such potential in him. I was still a little worried because last year at this time they still weren't really giving him much of a direction. I felt. Because remember, they had him as a baby face and changed him back to being a heel. Now I believe he's gonna be he's obviously the baby face in this feud, but with his history, is WB going to keep him as a baby face long term? That's why I haven't done the turn alert yet. So I just want to see what happens with him after WrestleMania, of course. But I'm glad Tony's getting his opportunity. I feel like this match with him and Buddy will be pretty good. Even though it's going to be on the pre-show again. If I don't get into my seats in time on Sunday to see this match live, that I would definitely go back and check this match out in the pre-show. That's actually a match I'm interested in for sure. Not the stupid battle royals. I have no interest, especially the Andre the Giant, because we have Michael Chi and Colin Jost in it. Again, 2 Saturday Night Live guys, but I'm not watching those battle royals. I'll watch the Cruiserweight Championship match, but not the battle royals. But then we have our main event. It was Akira Tozawa taking on Mike Kanellis. And, again, it's showing a story that, Mike Kanellis, they've emphasized in this match also that Mike Kanellis seems to always lose once he starts getting a little more aggressive and frustrated and whatnot, even though, of course, Maria told him to get aggressive and whatnot. And you know what? Once again, Mike Kanellis, well, I was hoping maybe he'd get the win over Tozawa to give him more momentum going. Again, he's just a guy that I just want to see, get an opportunity and succeed in this. Succeed again. They brought him over again in 2017, did nothing with him, put him on Raw, made him like one of the quickest eliminated in the greatest Royal Rumble, put him on 205 Live, and then they haven't really done too much to them yet. Now they're having the storyline of him, trying to, basically keep his head above water, which, okay, interests me some ways. Then yes, most of his matches, again, except for the one he had with Cedric Alexander recently, I thought he's looked strong in defeat. But obviously, of course, his opportunities are running out. And this match is basically to prove that, can Mike really beat someone on his own? So I don't know again, and I've heard rumors again of him and Maria may have asked for their release a couple months ago, but they didn't get it. But now I'm starting to wonder maybe storylines are trying to make Mike Kanellis into like an underdog baby face or something like that. I don't know. I mean, with the feud with him and Tozawa, it's evened up at 1 now, so maybe they'll have like a third match, and we'll see if maybe Mike can pull off the win, maybe, or something. I don't know, but he loses with like a sunset flip, basically. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with this again. But just feel for the man. It's like I want to see this guy succeed, but right now it just looks like it's not too good for his career. Again, is that maybe it's meant to put sympathy on him, make him a baby face, maybe, or maybe storyline wise that he's on his way out. Who knows? But that was the main event. Not a bad match. We of course got the video package for the story between Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese as the show closes out. And again, that will be our Cruiserweight Championship match at WrestleMania. Overall, I give it a B+. Thought it was a pretty good show. Could have, yes, I'm still getting confused. Still getting confused with this talking around a circle with Cedric. And again, I'm just, wondering what's going on with Mike Kanellis too. So that's why I gave it just a B+. Tyler said, what is the best and worst WrestleMania? His best is WrestleMania 20. Worst is 33. 20 was good. I've only been a fan for 6 years, but last year I did do a WrestleMania review series where I watched all the WrestleManias. 33 I didn't mind. It could have been better, but I thought most of the show I thought was pretty good. I wouldn't say it's one of the best ones, but definitely just, one in the middle, I'd say that I thought was, solid. I thought. Um, I still consider the best WrestleMania 17. My personal favorite is still WrestleMania 30. Worst, hmm. Well, I still say WrestleMania 9 is the worst, but also WrestleMania 27. And I also was not a big fan of WrestleMania 32, except for a couple of things. And WrestleMania 29, I thought was not a really good one. But of course, I'll talk about some of those in my top 10 special on Thursday when I do my top 10. I'll try to do a best and a worst list, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, as I said, I can't just pick 10 and say, oh, these are all the best ones. But it's like some people say, okay, they just are what they are, whatnot. Not like spectacular or anything. So we'll see, of course, how the list goes when we get to Thursday for sure. But thank you for your comments in the live chat, Tyler. Again, I give a B+ for 205 Live. Again, what grade does give 205 Live? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And make sure as always to click my like and subscribe more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBody3. And of course, tomorrow I will be up here live again for my NXT UK and NXT live reviews. And of course, doing my takeover predictions as well if I'm not tired. And Thursday's WrestleMania 34 prediction. WrestleMania 35 predictions and my top 10 special. I'm going to try to get the next 3 levels of Adam Project also upload as well before I leave on Friday. So that's comes with this channel, guys. So thank you again to Tyler for leaving your thoughts in the live chat. So again, I gave a B+ 205 Live. Guys, what grade do you give 205 Live? What are your thoughts on tonight's show? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe more content to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBody3. Of that, guys, I will see you all later. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your night and peace out, everybody.